open up a bit of a gap with their eternal rivals, and the line joined them also on the sideline with an injury. No,
they're being left on the bench today.
They haven't won in the last 8, so you're talking about a side.
And as Guillaume mentions, Real Valladolid lost none of the bottom 4, have indeed won this week.
It's the usual Casemiro, Modric and Kroos in midfield for Real Madrid. For Pes.
And Enis Unal up front. And there is the bench, the lineup in just a moment. Right back, Ferland Mendy replaces Marcelo at left on the bench.
So this Real Madrid will have Isco.
Has taken his place on the very edge of his technical area.
Very, very cold that part of the world. They put an extra stand in recent oldest stadium in there is.
Well, Bruno is pitching pass, just unable to be kept in on that far throw it. There is the 43-year-old Sergio.
So it is attack gets met so far. It's just it is a little bit dangerous, very alive. Perhaps Leganés even ahead of them, and you cannot.
This pass was picked up by Unal. Now Ruben Alcaraz further down the list is suspended. He also missed last week's game. Here are Valladolid. He tries to play it past Antoñito, did succeed in doing that, but in the end, really the sort of player who just sticks in his position. He likes the
goal scoring. So the midfielders have been scoring in the last 8 games.
There is Zinedine Zidane moving more into the centre and does pick it up thanks to a dummy from the only outfield player for Real Valladolid to have played.
One of the reasons why they defend so well, Valladolid. Calero went to after him.
That high ball forward.
yeah, they felt that there was a foul on
The 23-year-old former Almeria is the challenge.
And that's why Real Madrid players were asking for
Kicking a set-piece opportunity, whipped in to the far post, and Real Madrid have the lead. And it's Casemiro who opens the scoring here. Toni Kroos with the free kick. And the midfielder on the mark once again. And it's 1-0 to Los Blancos.
Yeah, the last 3 goals scored by Real Madrid in the Liga. 3 goals from Casemiro. At this point, it looks like he's off.
An arrival from Getafe. I was going to say cut short, but certainly
to be taking that off your hand. The coaches, the psychological coaches, says about 0-0.
Michel with a free kick as Valladolid have a set piece of players in the area. You can see 4 of them in the 6-yard box, and it's try.
Good try. I think he meant it completely. And that's Villas.
Really comes into its own. It's able to judge it. Ball into the channel, looking for the run of Unal. Nacho. That flick on does find Rodrigo. The reason is the fact that Valladolid have learnt how not to lose. 10 draws. Stumbled in possession, but was able to regain the ball. And Real Valladolid having bought a 51% controlling stake, but
those are their priorities. And
perhaps in the summer, as you can see there, Real Madrid continue it, but manages to pick up the rebound. But
the last pass was poor.
And here are Valladolid 3 against 3 and a ball across. Sergio Gonzalez and his assistant Diego Ribera.
They started doing things a little bit different.
Here come Valladolid. Antoñito with the ball in, and it's Varane who meets it in the centre. As Guillaume said, a wanted man in the summer. About 10 minutes ago, as path of Rodrigo who powers forward. Valladolid
at tracking back. There's a fluidity how
it is short now. Isco, one look up, clips it into the centre.
As an attacking fullback, if you like.
Isco turns away from his man. It's great footwork and finds Nacho
in an attack, but everybody's involved with the defence.
He's trying to do, but that seems to be the message right now.
Find Antoñito on this right-hand side. From Kiko Oliva starts making his run. Is he who Isco rather tried it. Sergio Ramos with the arms up, perhaps thinking there was a Benzema with the knockdown. Isco through. Benzema tries to just now down the line. They pass into the before being cleared away. At the moment, Valladolid having problems getting out of their half.
Went through, the player wouldn't. Very well.
Completes the 1-2 with the fullback and the cross up and over. Courtois, and he had to stretch. Didn't feel there was any contact with that man as Antoñito quickly out to him, and it's a looped ball. And Casemiro turns and goes for goal, and it's up and over the crossbar.
Real Madrid will have to try all that. We've seen in this last move.
Playing 4, but it's intercepted by Casemiro. Then mid flag on that far side. Rodrigo towards him, and then a pass
from the bench in this game. Lucas Vázquez being pace by Real Madrid, and Valladolid are defending well. By Joaquin, and he missed him completely.
Cruz into the set for lifting it. Masip stays at home. Casemiro was in there, puts it in. It's really inviting, but it's Salisu who meets it. Now Michel makes it 2 backs of 4. Not able. Here come Valladolid. Ball across. Mendy. 7, 8 players from Valladolid as that ball goes into the near post.
With the performance from their side in his opening 45 minutes, as Guillem said.
You can go off and get yourself a well-earned cup of. And there is the half-time whistle.
A diamond-shaped formation. The midfielder that is supposed to will be the plan for Real Madrid and for Valladolid. Let's see how they are.
Of this second half. I'm explaining exactly. So as the team line up for Isco driving across the halfway line, trying to find Mendy once again. Right-footed. Lifted right up into the middle. Isco receives it from Cruz and it's blocked out by me. Prices of the entrance tickets ever so slightly.
Yeah, it's the day to earn a little. Though you are a season ticket holder, you may be charged.
Away from Kiko Olivas, Isco with the dummy, not picked up by Benzema. And this same fixture was level just in front of the number 7. Blocked at source by Joaquin, and then an effort which Jordi Masip brilliantly keeps out from Rodrigo. Joaquin still down on the ground, but Massim kept his wits about him there. 3-year-old who represented Spain at under 18.
Joaquin is filling in that centre-back for them.
Second half from the same position, and it's lifted in and headed. Cruz trying to steer himself away from Michel. Great ball into the feet of Isco. Over on that far side and allows the gap, and it's whipped in, but wide of the mark in the end. And
at the wing when he comes on. Valladolid to defend very close together and quite deep.
Picks it up down the right, shrugs off Enes Unal, but the striker did ever
recover the ball. They're so deep, and Real Madrid have improved on the pressure coming out and threatening. Life is going to be very, or the game is going to be
making the full momentum, but he's clipped it up to the far post where Benzema
as Mitchell, so no changes there. I've never seen.
He's making that challenge. Tony Villa finding Alcaraz. Real Madrid on the front foot once again. Mendy's touch. Newton back across to him. Twisting and turning out of their own defensive third here, though. But the challenge there from the team defending. Have a player prepared to lie down behind Cruz and Isco. But it looks like it is going to be Isco. Just looks to clip it up and over. And he does that. But clips it up and over the crossbar as well as the wall. Varane just got caught. It's thumped across by.
This happens.
Here is Mendy trying to squeeze the ball back. Is Dan B considering changes yet? Mendy goes to ground. Indeed, the referee across. Modric cropping up on the right wing. Rodrigo tries to put it into the penalty out to mark him. He lifts that well into the centre, and there's a header, and it's just wide of the mark from Karim Benzema.
Well, Real Madrid are applying more and more pressure. They are getting closer and closer to a really good.
Now the clip into the area, looking for the run of his
substitution for Real Madrid.
Well, thanks for that.
Just trying to stretch even more by Valladolid.
Penalty area, Isco. Oh, great footwork to avoid the challenge of Anton Newton. Just preventing a chance. Now that ball forward.
Till the end of the game. Oh, there is a threat of Valladolid just running a little bit.
4 more players to attack as Isco's ball.
Yeah, the former, Real Madrid.
With Espanyol, there's a high ball in from Nacho. So Plano's wait to enter the fray goes on as just inside him is Rodrigo that produces the cross in. It's Salisu who.
And it was one rare occasion in which
Thibaut Courtois off his line together comfortably. Headed away, back out to Toni Kroos, who will try again. Goalkeeper stays at home. Oh, it's into the back of the net. And it's Nacho in only his 4th start of the season who gives us the breakthrough here in the José Zorrilla. It's Valladolid 0, Real Madrid 1.
And it's not by chance that the goal gets celebrated with Zidane. It was Zidane's decision to attack down the flanks. It was Zidane.